Hello, my name is Dennis Schuelke. I'm a graduate of the University of Nebraska in Industrial Plant Management and Manufacturing Engineering. I'm also a commercial pilot. I have just finished 11 years of dealing directly with our American judicial system, and I can say I was just about as impressed with it as Americans are with scrap and smog. Based on my experience with dealing with judges and attorneys, I can truthfully say I'm glad they're not commercial pilots. In the search for justice in an underlying matter, I discovered a little late in the game there was extracurricular activity transpiring in my case. Do you think a judge cared whether or not I was properly receiving due process of law? Did a judge care that my attorney avoided standard procedural protocol in the court after defendants in the matter did not and would not answer their interrogatory questions? Did the judge care that my attorney obtained defendants' critical bank documents illegally and thus banned them from submittal of evidence into my trial? Did the judge care when on the first day of trial my attorney attempts to file a motion for default judgment upon the defendants, which should have been filed a year earlier? Did the judge stop the trial upon the opening statement out of my attorney's mouth when my attorney stated he'd planned on having the evidence ready, but his computer hard drive crashed? Yes, it happened. Did the judge care that there was a falsified justification for proceeding with my case after my attorney took 13 to 14 depositions and never took one word of evidence from them for trial? Did the judge care that my attorney suggested to settle the case with expectations not documented for performance of the defendants, which led to a zero recovery? Yes, it happened, and after the complaint was filed for fraud and conspiracy fraud. For you see, in attempting to prosecute this attorney, the tribunal arbitrating judge in my case ruled that even though I produced multiple copies of this 3-inch, 3-ring binder of evidence, packed full of evidence, that in fact I didn't offer any evidence at all. A so-called expert witness, which was another attorney, testified and claimed that the legal representation I had received from this attorney was in fact stellar and excellent. To the contrary, other legal representatives who reviewed my case thought I was railroaded with injustice. I agreed, but not one court in this land, in this country, cared to exercise due process of law as you and I might expect it. My case has set a standard, a new standard by which judges can rule throughout this land and this country, barring and banning your evidence in attempting to prosecute an attorney for fraud. There is good news, however. I have joined a coalition aimed at exposing the corruption of the judicial system and legislating common sense laws where average citizens have a say in these matters. As well, I have immediate remedies for both individuals and businesses alike to follow as a guide to protect them from this nonsense, and have documented it in this book, Attorneys Above the Law. Currently, the judicial system has generated laws by which they think society outside their profession cannot judge their actions and cannot offer evidence to the contrary, regardless of the offense. This needs to change. Bear with us as we embark to restore our true constitutional rights and expose the original missing 13th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. Stay tuned.